Hello, Werewolf Army. This is Jaden from Jaden's Videos, and this is After Halloween 2016 haul number 1. Now, it's probably the only After Halloween 2016 haul that I'm going to do, but you can already notice some new props. Now, you're probably wondering, why are your props out in your room? I thought Halloween was over and you'd pack away your props after Halloween. This year, I decided to keep out my favorite props. I'm not going to keep out every single prop, but I'm going to keep out my favorite props throughout the year, and I'm actually decorating it in like a Nightmare Before Christmas themed thing for Christmas. As you can see, I've got the tree with orange lights on it and the skull on top, and I've got presents and evil toys under it. I'm not done. I'm gonna put black Santa hats on this on the props and stuff. But the thing that makes it different from Halloween Room is that in Halloween Room I have way more props out. I know this seems like a lot, but it's nothing compared to my entire collection. I have way more props out for Halloween Room, and there's a bunch of Halloween lighting. I'm not going to use the lighting. I'm going to put like Christmassy type lighting, like red and greens and stuff. So I'm not going to use the lighting. And in Halloween Room, things are set up in scenes. So it's much different than Halloween Room. So Halloween Room will still be exciting, because throughout the year, I'm just going to have the props set up in here. Like, for the Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas type thing I'm going to have, some lighting in here, but it's going to be more Christmas themed. But throughout the year, when the props are out, they're just going to be set up in here, not in any specific order. I'm not going to have any lighting out. They're just randomly going to be set up, in here, just my favorite ones. So, with that out of the way, and I hardly have any of this Nightmare Before Christmas thing done yet. I'm still working on transporting props back into my room, my favorite ones. I'm still deciding what ones to keep out and what ones to put away, etc. But with that out of the way, here's the haul, the After Halloween haul. I'm going to start with this over here. I know I was saying that this is a kind of a weird prop, and it's kind of weird, but it is pretty weird, and I know a lot of people don't like it. But my mom got this on clearance for $7. She surprised me with it. And this was actually on my wish list just because I think it's a unique idea. Even though it's kind of a weird prop, I think the idea is pretty unique, to have a talking candle. And it's very Haunted Mansion-like, which is one reason I like it. I like the inanimate object type ghost-possessed props. And this resembles that. So I wanted this prop, even though I thought it was kind of weird. I still wanted it mainly because of the concept, but it actually makes a lot more sense than it did before. It only plays a sample of what it says in the store. It says way more than what you can hear in the store when it's on the sensor mode, and it makes a lot more sense, and it is a lot cooler. Another awesome feature about this prop is, even when it's not talking and it's not doing its run-through, it stays flickering, just like Hay Bale Popper, to make it seem like a real candle, and then when it's sound activated, so when it goes off, then it starts talking. But I'll show you that in a second. Here's the demo, which is one reason a lot of people think it's weird, because it doesn't really make sense what it's talking about. But you can understand it a little more when it's on sensor. This thing was giving me a very uncomfortable feeling in the store, just because it's really weird. Like, its mouth shape, its face just looks really creepy looking. But I'll show you the full on setting so you can see the full effect of it, and it's not as strange when it's on the full setting, because you can understand it better and what it's talking about. It's singing a song, is what it's doing. So as you can see, it's not activated right now, but the candle still flickers, which is really awesome. Just like Hay Bale Popper, how he still flickers even when he's not activated, which adds to the realism, which I really like about it. It's still a pretty odd prop, but I think the concept's cool and how it keeps flickering. It's a very unique idea. I'll go to and let me find one to do. I'm gonna do this one now. I got this at Spirit Halloween as a part of the 50% off sale. It's a roaming antique clown, which it was definitely on my wish list, and I really wanted it this year. That's so weird. Like on the camera, it lights up the inside of his face, but in real life, it's not even lit up at all. Oh, there we go. It had to be at the right angle, I guess. So, it's a very cool prop, and this was on my wish list. I'm not going to demo it because he's on carpet right now, but I believe it was $35 at the 50% off sale. I got it last night. It's originally $70, so that is a pretty good deal for it. I think that's what it should originally be, around $35, so that's better. Up here's another one that was on my wish list, and it's the Grimgraven Angel. I'm glad to get this, that I got this one at the 50% off sale too. This one was originally $70 and it was $35 on sale. I'm not going to turn it on because I'll have to like turn him around and everything. But he's very cool. And this one is the main one that I got. This is Boney Tony, which was also on my wish list. 50% off sale. Originally he's $100, so it's pretty obvious that he was $50. It's a more reasonable price for this guy than 100. I understand he is life-sized, but 100's kind of asking a lot for him because his quality isn't great. His hand broke off right when I took him out of the package, right out of the box. Like, his quality isn't great. He's also, I mean, he is sort of, well, he's life-sized, but he's only 5 feet tall, so he's not too big. Because the fact that he's only 5 feet tall, like, he's a little bit under my height. So, he's not too big, but he's not super small either. So, I think $50 would have been more reasonable than $100 for this guy. If he was originally $50, he would only be $25 on sale, which would have been really awesome, because I think that would be an awesome deal for him. But $50 is pretty much what he should have been priced at in the first place. He's really cool, though. I'll demo him because it's easy to get to his Switch. He is made by Jemmy, which is something that surprised me because Jemmy hasn't been selling to Spirit Halloween since like 2011, I think. So it really surprised me to see him. Here's the Switch. You have Mike, because he is, of course, Boney Tony with the mic or sensor. And his phrases, you cannot really understand what he's saying. But the main thing that you're going to want to do with this guy is use the microphone, which is why I like him, because you can make him say whatever you want, because his phrases aren't very clear without it. Like, just his normal programmed-in phrases are not that clear, but with the mic, it's better. I like how his spine lights up too. So here's his microphone option, which you obviously need to turn the mic on as well. Is it already on? No, it's off. Okay. So Boney Tony is definitely a really cool prop. I think, like I said, he should be priced at $50 originally instead of $100, but he's still a pretty cool prop. And I really like him, and I'm glad to add him to my collection, and he is very awesome. Of course, this isn't a Tombstone review, it's just the haul, but I just wanted to spend the most time on him since he's the main thing. And as you can see, his mouth does go pretty well with the words, and the cord does stretch really far, but I've just got it wrapped around his neck so it doesn't fall to the ground right now, so I can't go too far with it. But As you can see, even his spine lights up. But if you think that's an unrealistic look, you can always unplug that very easily. You can always unplug the lights on his spine very easily. You can disconnect them, and it will give for a little more realistic look with this guy. But I personally like the lights lighting up, even though it's not very realistic. It just looks cool having the spine light up. But he is a very cool prop. So this was the After Halloween 2016 haul number 1, which is probably the only one I'm going to be doing this year. But I got quite a lot of things, which was pretty awesome for pretty good deals too. So, keep howling at the moon, my werewolves. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.